Hey crafty cuties, welcome back to Paper Terrace. I am having trouble with my memory card. I am hoping my husband is able to pick one up for me, but I'm also hoping this video makes it to you, and maybe it will. It probably is if you're here. Well, hello, welcome. I am working in my December daily journal today. We're not doing a daily layout, but we're doing the title page, and I thought you might want to join along because it's going to be a fun layout, but also pretty simple. And I finally got family photos back, and this is the photo that I will be putting on the front here. It was so hard to choose a picture because, you guys, we got so many good photos from this photo shoot. The photographer Kelly is amazing, and I'm gonna actually be making a full album just for the photos from the shoot using one of Genevieve's designs mini album templates, and I'm so excited because that will be my first time. That won't be till January, so let's rewind, get back to where we are today. And I was thinking, whoops, there's not a whole lot of room to work with here, you can see, but I still want it to look special. And I'm thinking, since we are surrounded by trees, it would be fitting to maybe do like a wreath around our photo. And so I've started cutting some of the pieces out that I want. Also, I did print out 4 smaller pictures from the shoot, and I thought maybe I can make those into tags or something, but I'm gonna set this aside for now so we can get started. And like I said, these are really small little pieces that I'm die cutting, so I did cut those off camera just to get us started. And if you're curious, I'm using these thinlits right here. They cut super nicely, and I love using the chrome precision plate on my Big Shot. I'll link anything below, of course, that I can, and it's usually going to be something from Amazon, which is an affiliate link, but you can always search for whatever item you want using the description I give you, you know, on any platform or shopping place that you like. I do appreciate you guys for using my links when you do. It earns me a small commission, and I appreciate it. So I'm gonna cut these ones through real quick. Even with the chrome precision plate, oh no, it is still, these are still, I think, a little bit tricky. They just take more time, but there's all kinds of tips and tricks that can be used to make it easier. I like to run this through a few times since these are such detailed dies. I might use that one more time for this layout, so we'll just set it to the side because I'm also considering putting an embossed little journaling card. And while I'm taking these out, I do have one little tip for you guys if you're doing December daily. I think that's gonna cause a bad reflection, and that is to have a little box or bin of maybe some of your favorite embellishments or special things that you definitely want to use in your December daily. That could even be stamps, washi tapes, little bits and pieces. And this is helpful to me because this year I'm not organized. If you watch any of my old playlists from the last few years, you'll see that I make a full cart dedicated to December daily. I don't have the time for that this year. So this is just fine because that way I have this right next to me when I'm working, and I can easily grab from it and make sure to see those things that I want to use. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull these off here. Just set that aside. Now I do like using this little foam piece here, and you just put it on the foam, and this just kind of helps release all of the pieces that are not needed. And then I use my little pokey tool just in case you are curious. You do have to be careful, and I feel like you can't really go too fast with these because they're still so small. So whether or not you're, you know, cutting them the right way or using all the extra tools, you still got to be careful. I broke a few just because they have such tiny little branches and things, but they are really pretty and they will be perfect for the job. So I'm going to finish releasing all of these from the dies. I don't feel like you're going to learn much from watching me do this part. And then we can color them up to get started with our really cute little wreath, which I'm excited for. Yeah, this is definitely time consuming. You see that, guys? It's gonna be worth it though. It is. So tempted to just pull it and hope that everything comes along with it, but I have remembered that sometimes that's not the best way to do it. Okay, so here we go. You can see how pretty and tiny and little detailed that is. I'm so sad because I keep getting a memory card error and it will like delete my clip. So I'm gonna try this again. Didn't miss much. I'm just going to go ahead and try and color all of the greenery different greens. And so I'm gonna start out using my just Distress Oxide inks because these are gonna dry much quicker, and for me, I want to get these in my journal right away. So we're gonna use some of this, and I think that was called Pine Needle, which is fitting. But I think I might use some of the spray inks as well, and hopefully I can just do a light layer. Okay, let's go ahead. And so basically I'm just gonna put a few down that I want to be, you know, the same color, so we can just do them all at once. And then I just pounce the ink right on there. Let's go ahead and do the cracked pistachio. It's definitely more of a, what do you call it? A light green, more like a, gosh, I can't think of the word I'm going for. But I'm using the same dauber, and so honestly, it already has like the last color on there, but let's see, pastel. That's the word I was going for. It's a little bit more of a pastel color, but I think it will go well. I didn't think about doing the backs, and maybe I will because some of the pieces might be peeking out, you know, on the back or on the sides. So, but I'll just do a really quick kind of layer for the back pieces. You could totally take so much time with this and get real detailed if you wanted. Okay, I think just to have a good variety of colors, I am going to use some of these spray inks. And so I'm going to start with these two right here. Or actually there's 3 of the same ones, so we'll go like that. And let's see, I have peeled paint, and I really remember liking this ice spruce. Okay. I don't want to get these ones, but I... Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just do a light spray. So there's actually some white peeking through, but again, I really like the effect that it gives. Okay. And you know, they're not really too wet, so that's awesome. Okay, there's a lot more of this layout, so I'm just going to continue coloring these like you see me doing here. And then we can start maybe building our wreath. So I'll just finish these ones up. Tiny little pieces that got ripped off, but we can still use them. Let's hope that reformatting the memory card is going to make a difference here. Okay, so these are dry now, and I went ahead and grabbed this paper and cut it down to the same width that I need, but I kept it a little longer just in case I wanted to have this like flip or something, and I can trim it off if not. So I always think it's easier to work on a separate piece of paper than in my journal, even though I know sometimes you're missing out on cute paper that's in your journal, but that's okay. Now I want to go ahead and make some really light marks where my photo will be, and so I think I'm just going to kind of do my best to actually, maybe I'll have it be a little further up because I forgot I also have these word plaques, and maybe I will want to use one of these. I'm not sure because I have a few other ideas, but anyways, we're gonna start out. I'm just gonna mark each corner, and then that way I'll kind of know where to place the greenery because I just want it to be sticking out like underneath the photo. I think that's what I'm going to start with, and so I'm also just going to be gluing them down with my Tombow Mono Aqua Glue. And yeah, let's see, I'm going to bring it in a bit here. I think I'll honestly just start gluing. Now I don't want them to stick out too far on the sides just because since they are so thin, I feel like they will get beat up pretty easily. I just want them to peek out in the slightest. So I'm going to start by just kind of placing where the corners would be. Just let's do that, and then we can get a better idea of is this gonna actually look cute? I can tear some of them apart if I need also. Let's place that down. Yeah, I think that's gonna look pretty cute. Okay. Now I'm like sitting here thinking, is this how I want to do it? Because I also, Wonderful Life, Season of Magic, Peace on Earth, Holiday Wishes, Wonderful Life. That's the one we're going to use for this. I'm kind of wondering now, like, do I actually, well, I want to put this on the photo because there's a really good spot right up here. I think that would look so good. Like that. But my other idea was to basically, do my wreath, put the photo down, but I really am loving these embossed cards that I've been making, and these were for the December Patreon mail. They're all just a little bit different, but I'm loving them so much that I was almost thinking to actually have one of these down kind of like this, so it would be right on top of the photo and it would have a little flippy kind of thing, and then it would flip up and then you would see the photo. But so do I want... That's a hard decision. We could put this on here. I just can't decide. Do I want a family photo or do I want this? I could put this on the left side of the journal and just have it like in the pocket or something like that too. I'm sort of trying to hold this in place, but I know you guys like my thought process, or many of you do. So, you know what? I think I love the photo so much that I think we should have the photo be the first thing you see. But I want this too, so I will somehow put this over here on the left side, even though I have a pocket. But it'll be like maybe a flippy thing, and then maybe I can incorporate these smaller pictures on that side or something like that. Okay, so let's just stick to original plan. I'm just gluing these down now, and I am getting my fingers a bit gluey because I would rather spread the glue around than have them not stick on too well. And so I'm gonna have to go back and probably add a little bit of glue to some of the spots if I see that any of the pieces are coming up. These are a little tricky to glue, but see, so I'll just put some on and then kind of go like that, and I'll need to wait a few minutes because there's going to be glue on the top too. But all right, where is my guide? There you are. So again, it's okay if some are hanging off the edges a little bit, but we don't want too much. And I am kind of placing them in all directions. Now, you might notice too that the greenery does blend in a bit to the background paper. I definitely could have chose a different background that wouldn't, you know, be too much, but I will say that in real life it's a little bit less, it looks a little bit better, I guess you could say. It's not too bad. Okay, so just need a few more pieces, I think, and then we can see what the photo is gonna look like. I'm not adding too much greenery like right on the sides. I like what a variety of greenery there is in this pack. Okay, of die cuts. Okay, sometimes I just don't finish my sentences. Let's see. Okay, yep, I definitely like it. And maybe, oh yes, maybe it would look good to also have one piece or one greenery piece like on the outside, perhaps. Like kind of on top, I should say. Yeah, like that. And then this could go right here. Okay, so we'll do that in a moment. Let's set that aside. I don't want to get glue on the photo. Okay, I'm going to get my awl so I can poke holes exactly where I want them to be. I feel like the way that I set up the lighting today is probably the best that I've done in a while. and there's just not as much glare as there normally is. So at least that's just what it looks like on the viewfinder. Of course there's still some, but hopefully you noticed that too. I took a while to try to set everything up this time. Okay, so, ooh, I just realized I grabbed some brads that are going to be too small for this, so oops, let's hope I have some bigger ones. These are not perfect, but they won't fall through, so I don't know if you can see that. Actually, I think they're okay. They're good. Okay. Alright, and especially I'm going to add a little bit of glue, so that's also going to help. But now I'm just going to go ahead and, let's see, first of all, I'll add that glue. Don't want too much because I don't want it to be coming out everywhere. Trying to wipe my hands down so that I don't get too much glue on the photo. I'm so excited to make a actual mini album for our family photos because it's going to be so much different than what I am used to for creating, you know, a journal, album, I guess you could say. It's gonna, yeah, I'm gonna have like the pictures, I think, like, I'm gonna have tissue between the pictures, and it's just gonna be really neat and clean, which is not my style, but it's gonna be perfect for these photos, and I think it's really going to, okay, I'm gonna have to wait for this to dry because it just wants to slip around. Maybe I can hold it in place and put one of the brads. I feel like this is gonna take a few minutes. So let's just try to, well, so let's just try it anyways. So sorry if I'm off camera. I'm trying to have to put this real close to my face. Okay. Just close that up. Then I'll just make sure to get the second one on exactly where I need it. The funny thing is, I didn't realize that this paper was upside down. It's not too big of a deal because it's not that obvious, and it's going to be covered up, but it's just kind of funny because I would do that, and I bet a few of you were yelling at the screen. Okay, so I'm going to carefully add glue to the back of my picture. I am using wet glue. I trust this glue with my life. And I'm just going to glue it right down. I think I'm happy with the amount of greenery. I could totally add more and go nutsos, but I am fine with the amount. Okay, I do want to make sure that I have enough glue, whoops, on the edges here. And I'll just make sure to center that exactly where I want it, because I'm going to have one shot. I'm loving this. I'm still considering, like, oh, should I have put the embossed one on top? But I'm not going to do it. Okay, now like I said, I want some of the greenery on top. So I'm going to layer this one right up here. And I'm realizing that now that I spoke up, there is a bit of a glare. But I think it's better than my usual. At least I hope you guys notice. So I'm going to take my time to add glue on the back here. And then I think I might go ahead and also have a second little piece down on this corner, so kind of kitty corner to each other. Don't want this to be coming up. It's gonna go like that because I'm trying to pick up any of the extra glue. I just don't want fingerprints all over. Okay, I think for this bottom piece, I'm gonna use one of these pieces of greenery. This one's a little bit easier. Okay, and then I'm gonna just hold this in place for a bit because I really need some pressure to glue this flat down. I've been sitting here for far too long trying to figure out how I want to incorporate this into the journal. And you know what? I think I'm gonna go a bit more simple than I normally would. And I think I'm gonna keep this little flap just so I can have a little tag coming out the side, and then I'll just write like the photographer information, the date we got our pictures taken, maybe something like that. Real simple, not a whole lot of journaling, since I am going to do a full album of our family photos. So let's do that. That's, like I said, that's going to be more more simple than normal. So I'm just gonna glue the bottom here and this side here. And really, I wouldn't even need this flap. I could easily just glue this whole page down, you know, like with glue just around the top, side, and bottom. But this will give me a little bit more chance to glue this down really well. Okay, so I'm just gonna make sure that glued down well. And then I'll just do it, I'll make a tag in just a minute here, but let's go ahead and just get this done and glue it all the way down. I'm afraid I keep getting like glue. Luckily it rubs off, but I just want to be careful. Okay, so, and I think when I make my family album, where do you guys suggest getting photo prints, like really good ones? Because I've tried Walgreens, I've tried Target, Rite Aid. I mean, I know those are inexpensive places, like what do you expect? But I've even tried like FedEx, I think that's where it was, and they were just not good. So I want really high quality photos. I don't mind paying a bit more. Okay, so as you can see, I was able to glue that whole thing down. And if I didn't mess up, we should have our little pocket here. I do just want to make sure I didn't mess that up. Yep, perfect. Okay, so I'm just going to put this here as a placeholder. And I'm just going to make sure to get this glued down real well. Because see, I already have the layout on the back side and it's pretty dimensional, so I just want to make sure to take the time so that this is glued down really well. I'll put something heavy and then we can head over to this page, because I feel like this doesn't really match now. And so like I said, I was thinking of using one of these that I've already done. And if you're curious, the embossing folder I used was this one right here. I did get it off of HSN, and it was like a 3-pack for a really good deal. And as of right now, today's December 4th, I think, when I'm filming this, the sale is still going on, so just in case. Ooh, okay, I like this one. I like the blues. So I'm gonna have that over there somehow. I'm starting to get really indecisive, guys, so I grabbed a different embossed card because it has a little bit of green and I thought maybe it went better. I don't know. So I'm gonna round the corners. I feel like this really finishes the look off. And I'm going to take some of my premium wax metallic vanish and just stick my finger in there like so. And I'm going to go around the edges of this. I feel like you actually kind of, with this stuff, I'm noticing that you kind of have to use a lot. I'm going to be pretty messy about it, but just the edges. And I feel like this layout is taking longer than I expected. I'm supposed to be filming like 4 videos right now, and oh my gosh. This is the only one I've done. It's okay though. It's alright, it's alright. It's the title page, it's the cover page, you know. And I had issues, yeah, that's true. I had issues with the memory card, so that all took time. Okay, that's all we're gonna do. I'm going to line this with this plaid paper, I think. I'm telling you, I'm starting to get really indecisive, like I said. Because I want it to flip up. Yeah, we'll do that. So I'm actually going to go ahead and just glue it. Let's see, yep, like that. Okay, I'm going to glue the top, the side, and the bottom, just in case I wanted that to be a pocket too. And I'm just going to put it all the way to this side. So if I did use it as a pocket, then the opening would be on the left side. Now I'm just going to trim around this, but what I'm going to do first is fold so that I can use this also as a little way to fold, have this be like a flip. I need to refold that. And then I'm going to just trim this to be enough to just place it down on the journal inside cover so that it can flip up, because I want it to be able to flip up so that you can access the pocket here. Go like that. Just glue it right down. And then you can still see the cute print underneath. But I feel like, I don't know, to me it just matches a little bit better. I like how it looks. There we go. I mean, you know, it's fine. Now, these, oh, maybe I want to finish this off because this is such a light color over here, and I have this washi tape. There's different words, and it looks like an old, like, label maker. And I was thinking maybe it would kind of look cool to have. I like the word wonder. Oh wow, this is actually like, I'm surprised. This is actually like label tape kind of. It's not like washi tape at all. Actually, do we like joy or do we like wonder? I always like, yeah, I like wonder. So I'm going to place this down just right here like that. I could do a lot more to this card, but you know, I feel like it just really, it speaks for itself. So I'm going to put this back on here so we don't lose any of that. Maybe, should I add a little piece of greenery over here as well? Will that tie in? I think it will. Just glue that on best I can. Yeah, I think that looks good. Okay, and then for the photos, I sort of think I just want to cut them and make 4 little tags for each one. Because again, I'll have, yeah, I keep saying it, but I'll have a whole album for all the photos. I mean, there's so many more than this, but I can't not include these in this album as well, because then I feel like if you are looking through this album and you didn't know about the other one, I still want to include these since this is what we were kind of dealing with at this time. So I have this holographic paper, which I know is not going to look too well on camera, but I'm just going to cut it down a little bit, and I'll do that times 4, and then I think I'm just going to simply put the pictures on. Yep, I'm just going to do it real simple. I could add I could add some of those little washi word stickers as well. But for now, I think I'm just gonna even simply go like that with the corners. And then they'll just stick in this pocket right here. So I'm gonna finish that for these 3 right here. So I have all the pictures on their little tags, and you can see I used the little label washi. There we go. So I'm just going to stick these right into the pocket here. And we're not even going to add twine because I think that would make it a little too bulky with this. And I'm fine with them being pretty simple. But I did have this and I wasn't sure where I was going to put this. And so I think I'm actually just going to glue it down right here. And again, I'm going to glue the sides like that, keeping one open just in case I want to add that, if I want to turn it into a little side pocket is what I'm trying to say. I probably won't, but I always like the option just in case. And then that just flips down, and I feel like this looks real neat and clean for me at least. I did forget that we need to have some kind of a little tag right here. So let me just grab some more paper. Let's just use the same paper right here, and I'm just gonna cut down a really simple tag shape again. I actually cut it down to, I think it was about 4 by 3, so it's more of a journaling card shape, and I'm going to just round the corners. I might add some twine still, but let's see. Then I think I took this Farm Fresh Christmas trees little journaling card from this paper pad. We were at a Christmas tree farm, so it kind of makes sense. And I'm just gonna glue that down right on top. Super simple, but cute. Then I think I will take some twine because it's gonna be a little bit easier to pull it out. Sorry for the reach there. I can just cut a tiny little piece like that. Maybe I can just staple this on. That would be real nice and easy. But the question is, do I have my stapler? Yes, I do. Okay, I'm just gonna staple it on then. Kind of funny, we had one staple left and I stapled it way too close to the top there, but that's it, that's fine for now. We're just gonna keep it. And I hope this will just slip right in. And then I can do my journaling right there, and that matches and looks great. So I'm excited. Like I said, I didn't expect this to take so long, but I am pleased with it, and I hope that you guys got some kind of inspiration from it. I used a lot of fun products, and yeah, I had a good time. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.